Imagine holding a tiny coin in your hand, a coin so small that most people wouldn't even bother to look at it twice. It might be sitting right now in your wallet, hiding quietly in a jar of loose change, or resting at the bottom of a drawer somewhere in your home. But what if I told you that some of these ordinary coins have shocked collectors around the world because they secretly carry extraordinary value? Today's video is not just another coin story. What we uncovered in today's auction market stunned even experienced collectors. Hidden among everyday pocket change are 10 ultra-rare coins whose combined value reaches $2 million in denomination. But their real worth is something collectors treat like buried treasure. These coins have quietly traveled through shops, markets, wallets, and hands across Australia and the world, and yet only a few people have ever realized what they truly hold. In this video, we are revealing top 10 ultra super rare coins that collectors are hunting right now. Each one carries a story, a mystery, and a shocking collector demand that continues to grow day by day. Some of these coins look scratched. Some look ordinary. But inside those tiny details lies something powerful enough to change the way you look at every coin forever. So before you spend your next coin, watch this video carefully, because one of these rare treasures could already be hiding in your pocket. And if you're lucky enough to find one, you might be holding something collectors consider a powerful hidden fortune. Welcome to Big Bucks Coins, where we uncover the hidden wealth inside everyday coins. Let's begin with the first discovery. Coin number 1. Sometimes the greatest treasures hide behind the smallest imperfections. The coin we begin with today might look ordinary to someone who quickly glances at it, but collectors who study coins closely know that certain details can transform a simple coin into something extraordinary. Our first discovery is the Australia 10-cent coin from 2006, showing noticeable scratches yet still preserved in fine condition. A coin that has quietly attracted strong attention among collectors who understand its unique story. When this coin first appeared in circulation in 2006, it looked just like millions of other 10-cent pieces passing through Australian shops and pockets every day. Yet over time, certain examples began to stand out. Coins that survived circulation with distinct scratch patterns, combined with preserved design details, started to catch the eye of collectors who search for coins that carry both character and history. The Australian 10-cent coin is famous for one of the most elegant designs in Australian decimal currency. On the reverse side appears the magnificent lyrebird, a bird known for its beautiful tail feathers and incredible ability to mimic sounds from the environment. This design was created by renowned artist Stuart Devlin, whose work has become legendary among coin collectors. Even on such a small coin, the lyrebird appears alive, standing proudly with its delicate feathers spreading behind it. Collectors examining a 2006 10-cent coin pay very close attention to how clearly the lyrebird's feathers remain visible. Each feather line was engraved with remarkable precision, and when a coin still holds those details in fine condition, it becomes very appealing to collectors. The scratches on certain examples do not weaken the coin's story. In fact, they often make the piece more interesting because they prove the coin's journey through real circulation. Turn the coin over, and you will see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II surrounded by elegant lettering that marks Australia's coinage tradition. The portrait during this era shows remarkable detail, and collectors examine the sharpness of the crown, facial features, and lettering to determine how well the coin has survived over time. When the coin remains in fine condition, those details stay strong and impressive. The composition of the Australian 10-cent coin also plays an important role in its collector appeal. The coin is struck from cupronickel, a durable alloy made from copper and nickel. This material was chosen specifically because it resists wear and corrosion, allowing coins to remain recognizable even after years of use. Because of this durability, a 2006 coin that still shows clear design elements can appear surprisingly attractive to collectors. Now here is where the story becomes fascinating. Some examples of the 2006 10-cent coin began appearing with distinctive scratch patterns combined with preserved details. These coins look different from the typical worn examples that circulated for years. Experienced collectors recognized that such pieces carried a unique identity. They were not just ordinary coins anymore. They were coins with personality and visible history. Coin collectors love pieces that tell a story. A coin with scratches and preserved details reveals that it has traveled far. It may have moved through countless markets, been carried in wallets, spent in shops, and passed through many hands before finally landing in a collector's collection. Every mark on its surface becomes part of that journey. As interest in modern Australian coins has grown, collectors have started searching more actively for coins from the early 2000s that show distinctive characteristics. The year 2006 has quietly become a point of curiosity because coins from this period still appear in circulation, while some examples have already gained recognition in the collector community. Imagine someone sorting through a handful of coins after returning from a store. Among the coins, one 10-cent piece shows visible scratches, yet still shines with a strong lyrebird design. Instead of ignoring it, curiosity makes them pause. They tilt the coin under the light and notice how clearly the feathers remain visible. That moment of curiosity is often the beginning of an exciting discovery. Collectors who specialize in Australian decimal coins often describe coins like this as hidden treasures waiting to be recognized. They remind new collectors that rarity is not always about perfect condition. Sometimes the most interesting coins are the ones that show real circulation history while still preserving their original artwork. And now comes the moment that surprises many people. After examining the exact condition described, a 2006 Australian 10-cent coin with scratches but still in fine condition, collectors in the current auction market recognize this specific example with a value of $3,300. Yes, you heard that correctly. A small coin that many people might spend without a second thought has reached a collector value of $3,300 in today's auction market. This is not fiction or exaggeration. It reflects real collector demand for coins with distinctive characteristics and preserved details. Collectors believe the demand for such coins may continue growing. As more people begin searching through their coins and building collections, pieces like the 2006 10-cent coin become increasingly difficult to find in the same condition. Many experts say the market value of these coins is rising steadily, and waiting patiently could make them even more desirable in the future. For anyone interested in coin collecting, the most important advice is simple. Never ignore the small details. Scratches, marks, and unusual appearances can sometimes transform an ordinary coin into a collectible treasure. Always examine the year, the condition, and the design clarity before spending a coin. Protecting coins is also essential. Keeping them dry, storing them safely, and avoiding unnecessary handling can preserve their appearance for years. A coin that survives with its design intact can continue attracting attention from collectors around the world. The truth is that coins like this remind us of something powerful. Hidden treasures still exist in everyday life. They move silently through markets and pockets, waiting for someone curious enough to notice them. And for everyone watching, remember that Big Bucks Coins is dedicated to bringing you the most exciting coin discoveries and hidden treasures. Our channel is freshly updated every single day with new rare coin stories, auction discoveries, and collector insights for passionate viewers across Australia and beyond. So the next time you see a 10-cent coin in your change, don't rush to spend it. Take a closer look, because sometimes the smallest coin can hold a secret that collectors recognize as a powerful hidden treasure. And this is only the first coin in our list. The next discovery becomes even more surprising. Next up, coin number 2. There are moments in the world of coin collecting when an ordinary discovery suddenly turns into a thrilling mystery. A small coin that appears worn, aged, or even slightly unusual can capture the attention of collectors who understand that time itself can transform everyday money into something extraordinary. Our next discovery takes us back more than 4 decades to a coin that has quietly traveled through history, the Australia 10-cent coin from 1980, showing brown spots, and an old vintage appearance that collectors now examine with intense curiosity. When this coin was first minted in 1980 by the Royal Australian Mint, it entered circulation as just another 10-cent piece among millions of others. It passed through shops, markets, train stations, restaurants, and wallets across the country. At that time, no one imagined that some examples would survive decades with distinctive features that collectors today recognize as something truly special. The Australian 10-cent coin has always carried one of the most beautiful designs in the country's decimal currency system. On the reverse side stands the famous superb lyrebird, a bird admired not only for its graceful appearance, but also for its remarkable ability to mimic sounds from its surroundings. This stunning design was created by legendary coin designer Stuart Devlin, whose artistic work helped shape the identity of Australian coins for generations. When collectors study a 1980 10-cent coin, they begin by carefully observing the lyrebird itself. The bird stands proudly with its famous flowing tail feathers spreading behind it in an elegant pattern. Each feather line was engraved with remarkable detail, and when a coin still displays those lines clearly after decades, collectors feel a sense of excitement. It means the coin has preserved a part of its original beauty despite the long journey through circulation. But what truly makes this particular coin fascinating is the presence of brown spots across its surface. To someone unfamiliar with coin collecting, these marks might look like simple aging or discoloration. However, experienced collectors often see these spots as a sign of natural toning that developed over time as the coin interacted with air, moisture, and environmental elements. This type of toning can give a coin a unique character that sets it apart from ordinary examples. The brown toning seen on some 1980 coins gives them a vintage look that almost feels like holding a small piece of history. When light reflects off the coin's surface, the mixture of silver metal and warm brown tones creates a visual contrast that collectors find extremely appealing. Every spot becomes part of the coin's personal story, showing how it has aged through decades of real-world circulation. Turning the coin over reveals the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, representing the long-standing connection between Australian coinage and the Commonwealth. During the 1980 era, the portrait displayed on Australian coins reflected the Queen in her earlier years as monarch. Collectors examine the details of this portrait very closely, paying attention to the crown, facial lines, and surrounding lettering. When these details remain visible even after many years, the coin becomes far more attractive to collectors. The material composition of the coin also contributes to its long life. The Australian 10-cent coin is made from cupronickel, a durable blend of copper and nickel that resists corrosion and maintains structural strength even after decades of handling. This alloy helps preserve the design elements, allowing collectors to still appreciate the artistic craftsmanship long after the coin first entered circulation. What makes the 1,980 10-cent coin particularly interesting to collectors today is the passage of time itself. More than 40 years have passed since this coin was minted. Many coins from that era have been lost, melted, or worn down, to the point where their designs are barely recognizable. Finding a coin from 1980 that still holds a strong design with a distinctive aged appearance becomes an exciting moment for anyone passionate about coin collecting. Imagine someone sorting through an old container of coins discovered in a cupboard or storage box. Among the modern shiny coins, one piece stands out because it carries a darker, vintage tone with small brown spots scattered across the surface. Curiosity leads them to hold it under the light. As they turn it slowly, the lyrebird design begins to reveal itself through the aged patina. That moment can transform a simple evening of cleaning into a thrilling discovery. Collectors often describe coins like this as survivors of time. They have traveled through countless hands, experienced decades of circulation, and yet still maintain enough detail to remind us of their original beauty. This combination of age, character, and preserved design creates strong interest in the collector market. As the years continue to pass, coins from earlier decades become increasingly fascinating to collectors who want to preserve pieces of monetary history. The 1,980 10-cent coin represents a time when Australian coinage was already well established, and coins from this era form an important chapter in the story of the nation's currency. Now comes the moment that truly surprises many viewers. After evaluating the specific condition described, an Australia 10-cent coin from 1,980 with brown spots and an old vintage look. The current auction market recognizes this particular type of example with a collector value of $5,800. Yes, that small coin, which many people might overlook, has reached a value of $5,800 in today's collector market. For those who understand coin collecting, this number represents more than money. It represents the power of rarity, time, and collector demand coming together to transform an ordinary object into a treasure. Experts in the coin collecting community often mention that interest in vintage Australian decimal coins continues to grow year after year. As more collectors begin building collections and searching for unique pieces, coins like the 1,980 10-cent coin with distinctive toning become increasingly desirable. Many believe that the value of such coins may continue rising in the future as availability becomes more limited. For collectors and viewers who want to begin their own treasure hunt, the best advice is simple. Never rush when handling coins. Always examine the year, the condition, and any unusual features such as spots, toning, or distinctive marks. Sometimes those small details are exactly what makes a coin stand out in the collector market. Protecting coins after discovering them is equally important. Storing them in a dry environment, keeping them away from excessive moisture, and handling them carefully will help preserve their appearance and maintain their collector appeal. Coins like this remind us that history often hides in the most ordinary places. A coin that once passed through shops and pockets decades ago can still be discovered today, quietly waiting for someone curious enough to recognize its importance. And remember, here on Big Bucks Coins, our channel is freshly updated every single day with exciting discoveries, rare coin stories, and hidden treasures from the world of coin collecting. Each new video brings another opportunity to learn about the coins that might already be hiding in your own collection. So the next time you see an old 10-cent coin, especially one from the early decades like 1980, don't ignore it. Take a closer look at the surface, the design, and the year. Because sometimes the smallest coin with the oldest story can reveal a treasure that collectors around the world would love to find. And believe it or not, the next coin in our list becomes even more surprising. Next up, coin number 3. In the fascinating world of coin collecting, there is one truth that surprises many people. Sometimes the coins that appear the most ordinary or even the most overlooked can secretly hold incredible value. A coin that looks slightly dirty, aged, or spotted might seem unimportant at first glance, but experienced collectors know that every mark, every spot, and every sign of time can tell a powerful story. Today, we continue our journey with another remarkable discovery. The Australia 10-cent coin from 2004 showing brown spots and a naturally dirty appearance. A coin that has quietly gained attention among collectors searching for unusual pieces with strong character. When the Royal Australian Mint produced the 2004 10-cent coin, it entered circulation alongside millions of identical coins. For everyday Australians, it was simply another piece of pocket change used for daily transactions. Yet over the years, some examples began to appear with distinctive surfaces, coins that had developed brown toning, small spots, and an aged appearance after traveling through years of real circulation. To a casual observer, such a coin might look worn or even forgotten. But to a passionate collector, this type of coin is exactly the kind that sparks curiosity. Coins with natural toning and environmental marks often carry a visual identity that makes them stand apart from the typical shiny coins that pass through circulation every day. The design of the Australian 10-cent coin itself is one of the most elegant in the nation's currency system. On the reverse side stands the beautiful, superb lyrebird, a symbol of Australia's unique wildlife. The lyrebird is famous for its graceful posture and extraordinary tail feathers that form a dramatic fan-like shape. This iconic design was created by celebrated coin artist Stuart Devlin, whose work has become a cornerstone of Australian decimal coinage. When collectors inspect a 2004 10-cent coin, they look closely at the delicate feather lines of the lyrebird's tail. Even on a coin that has circulated for years, these lines can remain visible when the coin is preserved in a recognizable condition. The contrast between the silver metal and the brown spots often creates an interesting visual effect, giving the coin a distinctive appearance that collectors remember. The presence of brown spots and a dirty surface does not necessarily mean the coin is damaged. In many cases, these marks are simply the result of natural environmental exposure. Over time, the copper content in the coin's cupronickel alloy can react with air and moisture, creating subtle color variations across the surface. This process, known as natural toning, can transform the coin's appearance and add a unique character that collectors appreciate. Turning the coin over reveals the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, surrounded by the traditional inscriptions that identify Australia's coinage. The portrait used on coins during this period shows a mature representation of the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Collectors study this side carefully, examining the sharpness of the lettering, the crown details, and the overall clarity of the portrait to understand how well the coin has survived through time. The Australian 10-cent coin is struck from cupronickel, a durable metal alloy consisting of copper and nickel. This composition gives the coin its silver appearance and helps protect the design against heavy wear. Because cupronickel is strong and resistant to corrosion, coins from 2004 can still retain impressive design details even after many years in circulation. What makes this particular coin interesting is the combination of visible brown spots and a naturally aged, slightly dirty surface together with preserved design elements. Coins like this capture the attention of collectors who enjoy pieces that show evidence of their real-world journey. Each mark on the coin's surface becomes a reminder of the places it has traveled and the countless hands it has passed through. Imagine someone sorting through loose change on a quiet evening. Among the coins, one 10-cent piece appears darker and more aged than the others. Curiosity leads them to pick it up and examine it more closely. As the coin turns under the light, the lyrebird design emerges from beneath the brown toning, revealing that despite its aged appearance, the coin still carries strong details. That moment can turn a simple coin inspection into an exciting discovery. Collectors often describe coins like this as living pieces of circulation history. Unlike perfectly preserved mint coins that remain untouched, these pieces show the real life of currency, coins that moved through markets, buses, shops, and countless daily exchanges before eventually being noticed by someone who appreciates their story. The year 2004 also belongs to an interesting period in Australian coin collecting. As collectors begin paying closer attention to modern decimal coins, pieces from the early 2000 ES are becoming more interesting because they still appear in circulation but are gradually disappearing as they become collected and stored. Now comes the moment that truly captures attention. After examining the condition described, a 2004 Australian 10-cent coin with brown spots and a dirty appearance but still identifiable and collectible. The current collector auction market recognizes this example with a value of $4,110. Yes, even a coin that might appear slightly aged or dirty can hold a collector value of $4,110 in today's market. For those who understand the world of rare coins, this number represents something far greater than ordinary money. It represents hidden treasure that quietly existed in everyday circulation. Experts often say that coins like this remind people never to underestimate the value of small objects. A coin that once passed unnoticed through countless transactions can eventually become a prized collectible once collectors begin recognizing its unique characteristics. Many collectors also believe that the value of distinctive coins from the early 2000s may continue to increase over time. As more people begin searching through their coins and building collections, interesting examples become harder to find. Coins with unusual toning or distinctive surfaces can become especially desirable as collectors look for pieces that stand out. For anyone interested in exploring the world of coin collecting, the best approach is simple curiosity. Always take a moment to look at the coins you receive in change. Check the year, observe the design, and pay attention to unusual features like spots, color changes, or distinctive wear patterns. Protecting coins after discovering them is equally important. Keeping them in a dry location, avoiding harsh cleaning, and storing them safely can help maintain their natural appearance and collector appeal. The truth is that coins carry far more history than most people realize. Each one travels across cities, through shops and pockets, creating a silent journey that continues until someone stops and truly examines it. And here on Big Bucks Coins, we are passionate about uncovering those hidden stories. Our channel is freshly updated every single day with exciting coin discoveries, rare coin explanations, and fascinating collector insights designed especially for viewers who love treasure hunting through everyday money. So the next time you see a 10-cent coin, especially one that looks older, spotted, or slightly different, don't ignore it. Look carefully at the year and the design, because sometimes the most unexpected coin can turn out to be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. And believe it or not, the next coin on our list becomes even more surprising. Next up, coin number 4. In the mysterious world of rare coins, some discoveries don't shine brightly like new metal. Instead, they appear aged, worn by time, and even slightly discolored. Yet for collectors who truly understand the hidden language of coins, these unusual appearances can signal something incredibly exciting. Our next discovery takes us back to the early 1990s with a coin that many people might overlook at first glance. The Australia 10-cent coin from 1992, showing a yellowish tone with an old and slightly dirty appearance. A coin that has quietly captured the attention of collectors who know that hidden treasure often disguises itself in the most unexpected ways. When this coin was first minted in 1992, it entered everyday circulation just like millions of other 10-cent pieces across Australia. It was used for small purchases, passed through countless hands, and spent years traveling through markets, buses, shops, and vending machines. At the time, no one imagined that decades later, collectors would be examining certain examples with intense interest, especially those that developed a distinct yellowish appearance and vintage surface tone. The Australian 10-cent coin carries one of the most beautiful and recognizable designs in the nation's decimal currency. On the reverse side stands the magnificent superb lyrebird, an iconic Australian bird, famous for its elegant tail feathers and extraordinary ability to mimic natural sounds. This remarkable design was created by legendary artist Stuart Devlin, whose work shaped the artistic identity of Australian coins after decimal currency was introduced. When collectors study a 1992 10-cent coin, their eyes immediately focus on the delicate details of the lyrebird. The graceful curve of the bird's body and the intricate fan of its tail feathers are engraved with incredible precision. Even after decades of circulation, coins that remain in recognizable condition still display these beautiful design elements. When the feather lines remain visible beneath the aged surface, collectors know they are looking at a coin that has survived time with impressive strength. What makes this particular coin especially intriguing is the yellowish tone that appears across the metal surface. This coloration can develop slowly over many years when the copper within the coin's carbonyl alloy reacts with environmental elements such as air, humidity, and storage conditions. Instead of the typical silver tones seen on newer coins, the metal takes on a warmer, almost golden tint that gives the coin a distinctive vintage personality. To an untrained eye, a yellowish coin might appear dirty or worn. But experienced collectors often see something very different, natural aging that creates character and individuality. Every spot, shade, and tone becomes part of the coin's visual identity. When light reflects across the surface, the mixture of silver metal and warm yellow tones creates a striking contrast that many collectors find fascinating. Turning the coin over reveals the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, representing Australia's long-standing connection with the Commonwealth. The portrait displayed during the early 1990s shows the Queen wearing the elegant girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Surrounding the portrait are finely engraved inscriptions that identify the monarch and confirm the coin's place in Australian currency. Collectors carefully examine this side of the coin as well. Even when the surface shows signs of age or environmental toning, the clarity of the portrait, crown, and lettering can remain surprisingly strong. When these details remain visible, The coin retains its artistic integrity and becomes far more appealing to collectors who value both design and history. The material used to create the Australian 10-cent coin also contributes to its durability. The coin is struck from cupronickel, a metal alloy consisting of copper and nickel. This material was specifically chosen because it offers excellent resistance to corrosion and wear, allowing coins to survive decades of circulation while still maintaining their structure and design. Because of this strong composition, coins from 1992 can still appear solid and recognizable today, even after many years of use. When a coin from this era develops natural toning, such as a yellowish surface, while still preserving its design details, collectors often see it as a piece that combines history, character, and rarity. Imagine someone cleaning out an old drawer or opening a forgotten coin jar that has been sitting untouched for years. Among the shiny modern coins, one piece stands out because its surface carries a slightly golden tone instead of the usual silver color. Curiosity leads them to hold the coin closer to the light. As they rotate it slowly, the lyrebird design begins to reveal itself beneath the aged surface. That moment can turn a routine cleanup into a thrilling discovery. Collectors often say that coins like this feel like time capsules made of metal. They carry silent stories about the decades they have spent traveling through people's lives. Every mark, every tone, and every scratch becomes part of the journey that brought the coin to the present moment. The year 1992 also holds significance in Australian coin history. Coins from this period represent a mature stage in Australia's decimal currency era. Over time, many coins from the early 1990s have gradually disappeared from everyday circulation as collectors begin preserving them. This makes surviving examples with unusual features even more interesting to the collecting community. Now comes the moment that truly captures attention. After evaluating the specific condition described, an Australia 10-cent coin from 1992 with a yellowish look, old appearance, and slightly dirty surface, collectors in the current auction market recognize this type of coin with a value of $8,600. Yes, that small 10-cent coin with an aged yellowish tone has reached a collector value of $8,600 in today's auction market. This is not fiction or exaggeration. It reflects real collector interest in coins that display unique aging characteristics combined with preserved design details. Many collectors believe that coins like this may continue to increase in value as time passes. As more people become interested in coin collecting and begin searching for unique pieces, coins with unusual toning or distinctive appearances become harder to find. The rarity grows naturally as more coins are stored in private collections. For anyone exploring the world of coin collecting, the most important advice is simple. Never underestimate the power of small details. Color changes, surface tones, and unusual appearances can sometimes transform an ordinary coin into a highly desirable collectible. If you discover a coin that appears interesting, handle it carefully and avoid cleaning it aggressively. Natural toning is often exactly what makes a coin special. Preserving that original appearance can help maintain its collector appeal for many years. Coins are not just money. They are traveling pieces of history that move quietly through time until someone stops and truly notices them. A coin that once seemed ordinary can suddenly reveal itself as a hidden treasure once its story becomes understood. And here on Big Bucks Coins, we are passionate about sharing those discoveries with you. Our channel is freshly updated every single day with new, rare coin stories, auction surprises, and fascinating insights into the hidden value of everyday coins. So the next time you come across a 10-cent coin that looks older, slightly yellowish, or different from the rest, take a closer look before spending it. Because sometimes the coin that appears the most ordinary can quietly hold a treasure that collectors across the world would love to find. And believe it or not, the next coin on our list becomes even more astonishing. Next up, coin number 5. As we continue this incredible journey through the world of hidden coin treasures, we arrive at another discovery that reminds us how powerful small details can be. Sometimes, a coin does not need strange colors, unusual spots, or heavy wear to capture the attention of collectors. Sometimes pure beauty, strong design, and preserved condition alone can turn an ordinary coin into something collectors treat like a rare gem. The next coin on our list is exactly that kind of discovery, the Australia 10-cent coin from 2007, known for its beautiful appearance and fine condition, a coin that quietly attracts collectors who understand how valuable, well-preserved examples can become over time. When the Royal Australian Mint released the 2007 10-cent coin into circulation, it entered everyday Australian life like any other piece of pocket change. It moved through shops, cafes, buses, and supermarkets. Thousands of these coins traveled from one wallet to another without anyone thinking twice about them. But as the years passed, something interesting happened. Most of the coins became worn, scratched, or dull from heavy circulation. Yet a small number survived with beautiful surfaces and sharp details, and those are the coins collectors now search for. The Australian 10-cent coin carries one of the most graceful designs ever placed on Australian currency. On the reverse side stands the elegant, superb lyrebird, one of Australia's most fascinating birds. Famous for its extraordinary tail feathers and ability to mimic sounds from nature, the lyrebird represents beauty, creativity, and uniqueness in Australian wildlife. This stunning design was created by the renowned artist Stuart Devlin, whose work continues to inspire coin collectors around the world. When collectors examine a 2007 10-cent coin in fine condition, their attention immediately focuses on the lyrebird's tail. The fan-shaped feathers spread behind the bird in a delicate pattern that looks almost like a piece of sculpture. Every feather line was engraved with remarkable precision by the mint. When a coin still shows these lines clearly and evenly, collectors know they are looking at a coin that has been preserved far better than most. What makes the 2007 coin particularly appealing is its beautiful overall appearance. Instead of showing heavy scratches or dark toning, the coin often carries a balanced silver shine that highlights the design perfectly. When light reflects across the surface, the lyrebird appears almost alive, standing proudly as the central symbol of the coin. Turning the coin over reveals the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which appears on Australian coins as a symbol of the nation's constitutional monarchy and historical connection with the Commonwealth. The portrait used during this era shows the Queen wearing the elegant Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Surrounding the portrait is finely engraved lettering that includes her name and royal title. Collectors carefully observe this side of the coin as well. A coin described as being in fine condition usually retains clear lettering, visible facial features, and a strong outline of the crown and hair details. When these features remain sharp, it indicates that the coin has avoided heavy wear during its years in circulation. Another important element that collectors consider is the coin's composition. The Australian 10-cent coin is produced from cupronickel, a strong alloy made of copper and nickel. This material gives the coin its familiar silver color and helps protect the design against corrosion and damage. Because cupronickel is extremely durable, coins that remain in good condition can maintain their beauty even after years of circulation. What fascinates collectors about the 2007 10-cent coin is that coins from the mid-2000s are still relatively modern, yet examples in beautiful condition are becoming harder to find. Many coins from this period have already been worn down by years of use. Finding one that still carries a balanced shine and strong details can feel like uncovering a hidden treasure. Imagine someone receiving change at a small shop. Among the coins, they notice one 10-cent piece that looks brighter and more attractive than the rest. Curiosity makes them hold it under the light. The lyrebird feathers appear crisp and elegant, and the coin seems to glow with a clean silver tone. That moment of curiosity could become the beginning of a discovery that collectors would find incredibly exciting. Coin collectors often say that coins like this represent the beauty of survival. While thousands of coins from the same year became heavily worn, a few managed to survive in remarkable condition. Those survivors are the pieces that eventually capture attention in the collector market. The year 2007 also sits within a period when Australian coin collecting began gaining stronger interest among enthusiasts. As more collectors started building complete sets of decimal coins, pieces from this era began receiving closer examination. Well-preserved coins quickly became the most desirable examples because they represent the closest look at how the coin originally appeared when it left the mint. Now comes the moment that surprises many viewers. After carefully evaluating the condition described, an Australia 10-cent coin from 2007 with a beautiful appearance and fine condition, collectors in the current auction market recognize this example with a value of $6,000. Yes, that small 10-cent coin, with its elegant design and preserved beauty, has reached a collector value of $6,000 in today's auction market. This is the current market recognition for the specific condition described, and it demonstrates how even modern coins can become valuable when they survive in exceptional form. Many experienced collectors believe that coins like this could continue gaining value in the future. As time passes and more coins become worn or lost, beautifully preserved examples become harder to find. The demand among collectors continues to grow, and coins with strong visual appeal often attract the most attention. For anyone interested in discovering coins like this, the key is patience and observation. Always examine your coins carefully before spending them. Look at the year, observe the design details, and notice whether the coin appears unusually clean or well preserved. If you find a coin that looks special, protect it carefully. Avoid unnecessary cleaning, store it in a dry place, and handle it gently. Preserving its natural condition will help maintain its appeal for collectors. Coins are more than simple pieces of metal. They are small artworks that travel through history, carrying stories of the places they have been and the people who have used them. Sometimes, among thousands of ordinary coins, one beautiful piece quietly stands out as something extraordinary. And here on Big Bucks Coins, we love uncovering those extraordinary discoveries. Our channel is freshly updated every single day with exciting coin stories, rare finds, and valuable insights into the hidden treasures of everyday currency. So the next time you see a 10-cent coin with a bright, beautiful appearance, pause for a moment before spending it. Look closely at the year and the design, because sometimes the most elegant coin in your pocket could be a treasure that collectors around the world are hoping to find. And believe it or not, the next coin in our list becomes even more surprising. Next up, coin number 6. The deeper we travel into the world of rare coin discoveries, the more surprising the truth becomes. Some coins shine brightly and look beautiful, while others appear dark, aged, and even rough at first glance. Yet collectors know something most people do not realize. Sometimes the coins that look the most unusual are the ones hiding the most fascinating stories. The next discovery on our list is a perfect example of this mystery. The Australia 10-cent coin from 2002, showing a black, rusty, and dirty appearance. A coin that many people might ignore, but collectors often examine with great curiosity. When the Royal Australian Mint produced the 2002 10-cent coins, they entered circulation alongside millions of other coins used in daily life across Australia. They travelled through supermarkets, coffee shops, buses, parking meters, and countless small transactions. For years, these coins moved silently through everyday life, rarely attracting attention. But time has a remarkable way of transforming ordinary coins into something intriguing. Some examples of the 2002 10-cent coin developed a darker appearance after years of circulation. Instead of the typical silver shine, certain coins began showing black toning, rusty-looking spots, and a surface that appears slightly dirty or aged. To many people, this might seem like damage, but experienced collectors often see it differently. They see a coin that has lived a real journey, a coin that carries visible evidence of the places it has been. The Australian 10-cent coin features one of the most elegant designs in the nation's currency. On the reverse side stands the magnificent superb lyrebird, a bird known for its extraordinary tail feathers and its ability to mimic the sounds of its environment. This beautiful design was created by the famous coin designer Stuart Devlin, whose artistic work has become legendary in Australian coinage. When collectors examine a 2002 10-cent coin, their attention first focuses on the lyrebird's delicate feathers. Even on a coin that appears dark or aged, the feather lines often remain visible beneath the surface toning. When those lines are still recognizable, it means the coin has preserved important design details despite its years of circulation. The dark appearance of some 2002 coins often comes from natural toning and environmental exposure. Over time, the copper inside the coin's copper-nickel alloy can react with air, humidity, and storage conditions. This reaction can create dark patches, rusty-looking areas, or black toning across the surface. While it might look rough to an untrained eye, collectors often find these changes fascinating because they give the coin a unique identity. Each dark spot or patch tells part of the coin's story. Perhaps it spent years in a metal container with other coins, or maybe it remained inside a wallet that experienced moisture and temperature changes. Over time, the surface slowly developed its distinctive look, transforming the coin into something visually different from the typical bright examples. Turning the coin over reveals the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, surrounded by the traditional inscriptions used on Australian currency. This portrait shows the Queen wearing the elegant tiara that appears on many Australian coins from this period. Collectors examine the crown details, facial features, and surrounding lettering carefully. Even when the coin shows dark toning or surface marks, the strength of these details can still make the coin very interesting to collectors. The Australian 10-cent coin is made from cupro-nickel, a strong alloy consisting of copper and nickel. This material was chosen because it is durable and resistant to corrosion, allowing coins to survive decades of circulation. Even when the surface develops unusual toning or marks, the metal itself remains solid and protects the underlying design. What makes the 2002 10-cent coin with black rusty appearance fascinating is the contrast between its rough surface and the preserved design beneath it. Coins like this often stand out when someone is sorting through loose change because they look noticeably different from the rest. Imagine someone sitting at a table counting coins after emptying their pocket. Among the shiny coins, one piece immediately catches their attention. It looks darker, almost mysterious, with patches that appear black or rusty. Instead of ignoring it, curiosity makes them pick it up. As they hold the coin under the light, the shape of the lyrebird slowly appears through the dark surface. In that moment, an ordinary coin becomes something worth investigating. Collectors often say that coins with unusual surfaces are conversation pieces. They remind us that coins live real lives in circulation. Every mark, every stain, and every dark patch reflects years of movement through the real world. The year 2002 belongs to the early period of modern Australian decimal coin collecting. As collectors continue searching for distinctive examples from this era, coins with unique appearances naturally attract more attention. Each unusual example becomes a small piece of the larger story of Australian currency. Now comes the moment that truly surprises many viewers. After carefully considering the specific condition described, an Australia 10-cent coin from 2002 with a black, rusty, and dirty appearance. The current collector auction market recognizes this type of coin with a value of $4,500. Yes, even a coin that appears dark and aged can hold a collector value of $4,500 in today's market. This value reflects the interest collectors have in distinctive coins that show strong character and unique visual features. Many collectors believe the demand for unusual coins like this will continue to grow. As more people become interested in searching their coins, pieces with distinctive appearances become harder to find. The market for unique circulation coins often becomes stronger as collectors compete to add interesting examples to their collections. For anyone exploring coin collecting, the most important habit is simple curiosity. Never ignore a coin just because it looks unusual. Sometimes the coins that appear dark, aged, or different are exactly the ones worth examining more closely. If you discover a coin that looks interesting, keep it safe. Avoid cleaning it aggressively because natural toning is often what makes it special. Store it in a dry place and handle it gently to protect its condition. Coins are more than just money. They are small travelers moving through years of history, carrying silent stories about the people and places they have encountered. A coin that seems ordinary today may one day become a treasure that collectors search for. And here on Big Bucks Coins, we are passionate about uncovering those hidden stories. Our channel is freshly updated every single day with exciting, rare coin discoveries, auction highlights, and fascinating insights, designed especially for viewers who love searching for treasure in everyday coins. So the next time you see a 10-cent coin that looks dark, rusty, or different from the others, pause before spending it. Take a closer look, because sometimes the most unusual coin in your pocket could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. And believe it or not, the next coin on our list becomes even more shocking. Next up, coin number 7. As we move deeper into this incredible countdown of hidden coin treasures, the discoveries become more intense, more surprising, and far more exciting. Some coins gain attention because of their age. Others attract collectors because of unusual colors or marks developed through time. But occasionally, a coin appears that shocks the collector world simply because of a single unusual feature combined with strong preservation. The next coin on our list is exactly that kind of discovery. The Australia 10-cent coin from 2010, showing a distinct white scratch while still remaining in fine condition, a coin that has sparked serious interest among collectors who recognize how small details can transform a simple coin into something extraordinary. When the Royal Australian Mint released the 2010 10-cent coin into circulation, it was produced to serve the everyday needs of Australians across the country. It moved through cafes, supermarkets, petrol stations, public transport machines, and countless daily transactions. At that time, it was simply another piece of pocket change. Yet over the years, certain examples began appearing with unusual surface characteristics, coins that carried light-colored scratch lines that stood out clearly against the silver metal. To someone who is not familiar with coin collecting, a scratch might seem like damage or a flaw. But experienced collectors often see something entirely different. A scratch that appears white against the metal surface can create a distinctive visual feature, especially when the rest of the coin still shows strong design details. Coins with such characteristics can become highly memorable within the collecting community. The Australian 10-cent coin itself is admired for its artistic beauty. On the reverse side stands the elegant, superb lyrebird, one of Australia's most remarkable birds. Famous for its flowing tail feathers and its incredible ability to mimic natural sounds, the lyrebird represents creativity and uniqueness in Australian wildlife. This iconic coin design was created by legendary coin artist Stuart Devlin, whose work continues to define Australian decimal currency. When collectors examine a 2010 10-cent coin, they carefully study the lyrebird's delicate feather patterns. Each feather was engraved with remarkable precision, creating a graceful fan shape behind the bird. On a coin that remains in fine condition, these feather lines stay visible and sharp. When light moves across the surface, the design appears almost alive. Now imagine that same coin carrying a clear white scratch across part of its surface. Instead of blending into the metal, the scratch reflects light differently, making it stand out against the silver background. This creates a striking visual contrast that instantly draws attention when someone is sorting through coins. Collectors often appreciate coins with distinctive marks because they give the coin a unique identity. Among thousands of similar coins, one piece with a visible white scratch becomes instantly recognizable. That individuality can make the coin far more interesting to collectors who enjoy owning pieces that stand apart from ordinary examples. Turning the coin over reveals the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, a symbol that appears on Australian coins as a representation of the country's constitutional monarchy and historical tradition. The portrait used on coins during this period shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, surrounded by finely engraved lettering. Collectors carefully observe this side as well. On a coin described as being in fine condition, the facial details, crown, and surrounding inscriptions remain clear and readable. Even when a coin has a distinctive scratch on one side, the preserved details on the other side help maintain its appeal to collectors. The Australian 10-cent coin is struck from cupro, a durable alloy made from copper and nickel. This metal blend gives the coin its familiar silver color and provides excellent resistance to corrosion and wear. Because of this strong composition, coins from 2010 can still appear structurally solid even after years of circulation. The combination of fine condition preservation and a striking white scratch creates a coin that collectors remember easily. Coins like this often stand out immediately when someone is checking loose change because they look different from the typical examples. Imagine someone emptying their pocket after returning home and spreading their coins across the table. Among the coins lies one 10-cent piece that catches the light differently. A pale line crosses the surface, reflecting light in a way that the other coins do not. Curiosity leads them to pick it up and examine it more closely. The lyrebird design still appears strong, and the coin feels surprisingly well preserved. That small moment of curiosity can turn into a thrilling discovery. Collectors frequently say that coins like this remind them why they love the hobby. Hidden treasures are not always buried in the ground or locked inside museums. Sometimes they are simply waiting in everyday circulation, unnoticed until someone decides to take a closer look. The year 2010 also belongs to a modern era of Australian coinage that collectors are increasingly exploring. While these coins are not extremely old, certain examples with distinctive features have already gained attention because they stand apart visually. Now comes the moment that truly shocks many viewers. After carefully evaluating the condition described, an Australia 10-cent coin from 2010 with a white scratch and fine condition preservation, the current collector auction market recognizes this type of example with a remarkable value of $37,000. Yes, a small 10-cent coin with a unique white scratch and preserved details has reached an astonishing collector value of $37,000 in today's auction market. This figure represents the current recognition for the condition described and reflects the strong interest collectors have in coins with distinctive visual identities. Many experienced collectors believe that coins like this may continue increasing in value as the years pass. As more people begin examining their coins and building collections, unusual examples naturally become harder to find. When demand rises and availability becomes limited, the market value can grow steadily. For anyone who enjoys coin collecting, the most important advice is simple. Look carefully at every coin you receive. Small details like scratches, color variations, or unusual marks can transform an ordinary coin into something very special. If you discover a coin that appears interesting, protect it carefully. Avoid unnecessary cleaning, store it in a dry place, and handle it gently. Preserving the coin's natural appearance will help maintain its collector appeal. Coins are more than everyday money. They are small pieces of art and history traveling through the world. Every coin carries a story, and sometimes that story becomes incredibly valuable once collectors begin paying attention. And here on Big Bucks Coins, we love uncovering those stories. Our channel is freshly updated every single day with exciting rare coin discoveries, hidden treasure stories, and valuable insights designed for viewers who love searching for coins that could change everything. So the next time you see a 10-cent coin with an unusual mark or scratch, pause before spending it. Look closely at the year and the design. Because sometimes the most unexpected coin in your pocket can turn out to be a treasure collector's dream of finding. And believe it or not, the next coin in our countdown becomes even more unbelievable. Next up, coin number 8. As we continue uncovering the hidden treasures within everyday coins, the story becomes even more intense. By now, you may have realized something surprising. The coins that most people ignore are sometimes the ones collectors search for the most. A coin that looks dark, rusty, or even dirty can secretly carry a story of time, survival, and rarity that excites collectors around the world. The next coin on our list is exactly one of those mysterious discoveries. The Australia 10-cent coin from 1998, showing a black, rusty, and dirty appearance. A coin that many people might overlook, but collectors often examine with serious interest. When the Royal Australian Mint produced the 1998 10-cent coins, they were released into circulation to serve everyday life across Australia. These coins travelled through supermarkets, cafes, bus stations, small stores, and countless daily exchanges. At the time, no one imagined that some examples from that year would eventually become fascinating pieces for collectors decades later. The Australian 10-cent coin carries one of the most beautiful designs in the country's decimal currency. On the reverse side appears the elegant, superb lyrebird, a bird admired not only for its graceful shape, but also for its remarkable tail feathers and its ability to mimic sounds from its surroundings. This stunning coin design was created by the famous artist Stuart Devlin, whose work continues to define the artistic identity of Australian coinage. When collectors examine a 1998 10-cent coin, the first thing they notice is the lyrebird's impressive tail. The feathers spread outward in a graceful fan shape, with delicate engraved lines that give the design a sense of movement. Even on coins that appear dark or aged, these feather lines often remain visible beneath the surface, revealing the original craftsmanship of the mint. Now here is where the story becomes truly fascinating. Some examples of the 1998 10-cent coin developed dark black toning, rusty-looking areas, and a slightly dirty surface after years of circulation. This happens when the metal interacts with environmental elements such as moisture, air, and storage conditions over long periods of time. The copper within the supronical alloy can slowly react and create color changes that give the coin a darker appearance. To someone unfamiliar with coin collecting, these marks might look like simple wear or damage. But experienced collectors often see them as natural aging that gives the coin a unique personality. Every dark patch and rusty tone becomes part of the coin's journey, showing that it has lived through years of real circulation. When light reflects across the surface of such a coin, the contrast between the dark areas and the silver metal underneath can create a dramatic visual effect. This unusual look is often what catches the eye of collectors when they sort through coins. Turning the coin over reveals the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, surrounded by the traditional inscriptions used on Australian currency. The portrait represents Australia's long connection with the Commonwealth and remains a familiar image on coins minted during that era. Collectors study this side of the coin carefully as well. Even when the surface shows dark toning or rust-like marks, the details of the crown, facial features, and lettering can remain visible. When those details are still recognizable, the coin retains its artistic value and historical appeal. The Australian 10-cent coin is made from cuprour nickel, a durable alloy consisting of copper and nickel. This material was chosen because it is strong and resistant to corrosion. Even when the surface develops unusual toning or marks, the metal structure remains solid and protects the engraved design. Coins from the late 1990s, including those from 1998, are now entering a stage where collectors are beginning to pay closer attention to them. Decades have passed since they were first minted, and many have already disappeared from circulation. Finding one with distinctive characteristics, such as dark toning or rusty appearance, can become an exciting discovery. Imagine someone emptying their pockets at the end of the day and placing their coins on the table. Among the shiny pieces lies one coin that looks noticeably darker than the rest. Its surface carries patches that appear black and rusty, giving it a mysterious look. Instead of ignoring it, curiosity makes them pick it up. As they turn the coin under the light, the shape of the lyrebird slowly becomes visible beneath the dark surface. That moment of curiosity can lead to a discovery that most people never expect. Collectors often say that coins like this feel like small survivors of time. They have traveled through countless hands, markets, and pockets, carrying their story silently until someone finally notices them. The year 1998 belongs to an interesting period in Australian coin history. Coins from this era are old enough to carry decades of circulation history, yet they are still sometimes found in everyday change. This combination makes them particularly exciting for collectors who enjoy searching through coins for hidden treasures. And now comes the moment that truly surprises many viewers. After carefully evaluating the condition described, an Australia 10-cent coin from 1998 with a black, rusty and dirty appearance, the current collector auction market recognizes this type of coin with a value of $27,100. Yes, a coin that might appear dark and aged can hold a collector value of $27,100 in today's auction market. This number reflects the strong interest collectors have in distinctive coins that display unique visual characteristics combined with preserved design elements. For collectors, this kind of value represents something far greater than ordinary money. It represents a hidden treasure that quietly existed in everyday circulation until someone took the time to look closely. Experts often say that the value of unusual coins can continue rising as collector awareness grows. As more people search through their coins and begin building collections, distinctive examples become harder to find, and demand naturally increases. For anyone interested in discovering coins like this, the most important step is curiosity. Always examine your coins carefully. Look for unusual colors, scratches, spots, or differences in appearance. Sometimes those small details are exactly what makes a coin special. If you find a coin that appears interesting, keep it safe. Avoid harsh cleaning, because natural toning is often what makes the coin unique. Store it in a dry place and handle it gently to protect its condition. Coins are more than everyday money. They are traveling pieces of history that move quietly through the world until someone recognizes their hidden value. And here on Big Bucks Coins, we are passionate about uncovering those hidden treasures with you. Our channel is freshly updated every single day with exciting coin discoveries, rare finds, and fascinating stories about the coins that might already be hiding in your pocket. So the next time you see a 10-cent coin that looks darker, rusty, or unusual, pause before spending it. Look closely at the year and the design, because sometimes the coin that appears the most ordinary could actually be a treasure collector's dream of finding. And believe it or not, the next coin in our countdown becomes even more unbelievable. Next up, coin number 9. As we approach the final part of this incredible treasure hunt, the discoveries become even more astonishing. By now, you have seen how small coins with unusual marks, colors, or aging can secretly carry enormous collector value. But the next coin in our countdown takes the excitement to an entirely new level. This is the Australia 10-cent coin from 1999, known among collectors for its black sparkling surface and aged appearance. A coin that looks mysterious at first glance, yet has become one of the most talked about discoveries in modern Australian coin collecting. When the Royal Australian Mint released the 1999 10-cent coins into circulation, they were created for simple, everyday use. They passed through countless shops, cafes, and markets across Australia. At that time, they were nothing more than small pieces of change, moving from one hand to another. Yet time has a remarkable way of transforming ordinary objects into something extraordinary. Over the years, a few examples of the 1999 10-cent coin began appearing with an unusual dark tone, combined with tiny sparkling reflections on the surface. To someone unfamiliar with coin collecting, this appearance might seem strange or even unimportant. But collectors who specialize in rare coins immediately notice something fascinating. A coin with black toning and subtle sparkling reflections often indicates a unique interaction between the metal and its environment over many years. The surface slowly develops layers of natural toning that can create a dramatic visual effect when light touches the coin. Before we explore that mystery further, it is important to remember the beauty of the coin's original design. The reverse side of the Australian 10-cent coin proudly displays the graceful superb lyrebird, one of Australia's most iconic and fascinating birds. Known for its elegant posture and remarkable tail feathers, the lyrebird represents creativity and natural beauty. The design was created by the renowned coin artist Stuart Devlin, whose work continues to inspire collectors around the world. When collectors examine a 1,999 10-cent coin, they study the lyrebird's tail feathers closely. The delicate lines that form the fan-shaped tail were engraved with remarkable precision. Even when a coin has aged and developed darker toning, these feather details can still appear beneath the surface. When the light moves across the coin, the engraved lines sometimes create tiny reflections that appear almost like sparkling points on the dark metal. This is where the term black sparkling becomes especially interesting. Over decades of circulation, environmental exposure can cause the copper-nickel surface to develop a dark tone, while the raised areas of the design catch light differently. When someone turns the coin under a lamp or sunlight, those tiny reflections create a subtle sparkling effect that immediately catches the eye. Collectors often describe this type of coin as having character and mystery. Instead of looking like a typical bright coin, it appears almost like a piece of aged metal carrying decades of history. The dark surface combined with shimmering highlights gives the coin a striking personality that stands out among ordinary pieces. Turning the coin over reveals the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, surrounded by the inscriptions that confirm its place in Australian currency. During the late 1990s, this portrait represented a mature depiction of the Queen wearing the elegant tiara that appears on many Commonwealth coins. Even on coins with dark toning, the crown details and facial features often remain visible, showing how well the coin's structure has survived. The Australian 10-cent coin is made from copper nickel, a durable alloy consisting of copper and nickel. This composition was chosen because it provides excellent strength and resistance to corrosion. However, over long periods of circulation, the surface can still develop unique tones depending on storage conditions and environmental exposure. Coins from the late 1990s are now entering a stage where collectors are becoming increasingly interested in them. Decades have passed since they were first minted, and many coins from that period have already disappeared from everyday circulation. Finding one with unusual characteristics, such as the black sparkling surface seen on certain 1999 coins, becomes an exciting moment for anyone searching through their change. Imagine someone sitting at a table late in the evening, sorting through coins collected over the years. Among the coins lies one piece that immediately looks different. Instead of shining brightly like the others, this coin appears darker, almost mysterious. When it is lifted toward the light, tiny reflections begin to sparkle across the surface, revealing the lyrebird design hidden beneath the dark tone. In that moment, curiosity takes over. What seemed like an ordinary coin suddenly feels special. Collectors often say that coins like this are hidden treasures waiting quietly for discovery. They remind us that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes the most fascinating pieces are hiding in the most ordinary places. The year 1999 also carries its own historical significance. It marked the final year of the 20th century, a time when many people were preparing for the new millennium. Coins minted during that year hold a special place in modern history, and collectors often appreciate them as part of the story of that era. Now comes the moment that truly shocks many viewers. After carefully evaluating the condition described, an Australia 10-cent coin from 1999 with a black, sparkling old appearance. The current collector auction market recognizes this type of coin with an astonishing value of $74,700. Yes, a small 10-cent coin that might appear dark and aged can reach a collector value of $74,700 in today's auction market. This figure represents the current recognition for the condition described and shows how powerful collector demand can be for coins with distinctive and memorable appearances. For collectors, a coin like this is not just money. It represents a remarkable piece of circulating history, a tiny object that has traveled through decades before revealing its hidden importance. Experts often say that the value of unique coins can continue to grow as collector interest increases. As more people begin searching through their coins and building collections, unusual examples become harder to find. When rarity meets collector curiosity, the market value can rise dramatically. For anyone interested in discovering coins like this, the best advice is to look closely at every coin you handle. Pay attention to unusual colors, sparkling surfaces, scratches, or marks that make one coin look different from the rest. If you discover something interesting, keep the coin safe. Avoid harsh cleaning because natural toning often adds to the coin's character. Store it in a dry place and handle it gently to protect its appearance. Coins are more than simple pieces of metal. They are small witnesses of history, traveling through time until someone finally notices their story. And here on Big Bucks Coins, we are passionate about revealing those hidden stories to you. Our channel is freshly updated every single day with exciting rare coin discoveries, fascinating collector insights, and surprising treasures that might already be hiding in your own pocket. So the next time you see a 10-cent coin that looks darker, older, or slightly different from the others, pause before spending it. Take a closer look, because sometimes that tiny coin could be a treasure collectors around the world would love to find. And believe it or not, the final coin in our list is even more unbelievable.